Hello, St Andrew's Foundation phase, it's Mr Martin here, and I'm going to be taking your Tuesday assembly. Today we are going to be talking about Hinduism and Holi, the festival of colours. Hinduism is the world's oldest religion. There are about 900 million Hindus. That's an awful lot. Hinduism is the main religion in India, but there are followers from all over the world, in every single corner. Holi is a Hindu festival that is celebrated in spring and involves bonfires, lots of coloured paint and baskets of flowers. Have a little think or reflection on what you've been doing in school about spring. Spring is often a sign of new life. We talk about daffodils. We look outside at the different changes in the colours, in the trees and in the leaves. Spring is a lovely time of year. There is a story about Holi and why the Hindu people celebrate it. A very long time ago, there lived a demon king who ruled the world. He was cruel and tortured people. He was evil. The demon king was so evil that when he found that his son Prahlad worshipped a special god called Vishnu, he decided to kill his son. Vishnu was a very special god that the Hindu people believed would save them, the world, from the evil. And that's a picture of Vishnu there. The demon king threw his son Prahlad into a pit of snakes. But Prahlad survived. So he brought a herd of elephants to trample on his son. But again, Prahlad survived. Every time the demon king tried to kill his son Prahlad, Vishnu heard Prahlad praying, and he saved him. The demon king got very mad and decided to ask his sister Holika to kill Prahlad. Holika had a special gift. She had magical powers that meant she could not be harmed by the fire. So Holika took Prahlad, walked into a bonfire and sat him on her lap. But because Holika was using her powers for something evil, the special god Vishnu destroyed her magical powers, and he looked after Prahlad. Holika died in the flames, and Prahlad lived. Vishnu eventually killed the demon king, and Prahlad became ruler. Vishnu had saved the earth from evil by killing the demon king and his sister Holika.
Hi, Rebecca.
You look so colourful. What happened to you?
Thanks. I was at Holi, the Hindu festival of colours.
So, what's Holi all about?
It marks the beginning of spring, and there is a story about Hiranyakashipu, an evil king.
Really?
Yeah. He was angry that his son Prahlad was worshipping Vishnu instead of him. The king's sister Holika had a special cloak to protect her from fire. The king asked her to trick Prahlad into sitting on her lap in a bonfire, but her cloak flew off and protected Prahlad instead. So on the eve of Holi, we light bonfires to celebrate the triumph of good over evil.
But what about your clothes?
Ah, right. That comes from another story we remember. On the day of Holi, we have a big festival where people throw coloured powder and water on each other to celebrate the love between Krishna and Radha.
That must be messy.
It is. In India, everyone gets involved. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, old or young. It's a day for everyone to forget bad feelings towards each other.
That sounds like fun.
It is. We also get presents and eat sweet and spicy foods.
Yum!
Good job, Foundation Phase. So I hope you found that video useful. I'm just going to give you 3 small questions now to see if you can remember some of the facts from the story that we've been talking about. So can you remember the name of the demon king, of the person the demon king wanted to kill? So which person did the demon king want to kill? That's right, it was Prahlad. The demon king wanted to kill Prahlad because Prahlad was following another god called Vishnu. Question 2. Do you remember the demon king's sister's name? Who was the demon king's sister's name? The lady that went in the fire. That's right, her name was Holika. Good listening, foundation phase. And third question, what was the name of the special Hindu god, the god that looked after Prahlad? Super work. His name was Vishnu. Give yourself a tap on the back if you managed to get all 3 of those questions right. So now, every year, Hindu people remember how good triumphed over the evil, and they celebrate Holi. Can you say Holi? They celebrate with baskets of flowers, building and lighting bonfires, and burning last year's rubbish and dancing. They also throw coloured paint at each other. Here's a picture of some Hindu children throwing coloured paint and enjoying celebrating Holi. Have a look at the clothes they're wearing. How are they different from the clothes we wear in the spring? Here's some more pictures of Holi. You can see all the different colours, just like the rainbow. What colours can you see? How do you think throwing these colours around makes people feel? When I had a little think about this, I can see really clearly how Hindus think that throwing coloured paint around would help to get rid of all of the bad. So before I go foundation phase, I want to make sure you know when Holi is, so you can celebrate it if you please. Holi is celebrated on the last full moon day of spring. So that means in the last day of spring, when the moon is full for the last time, Hindus celebrate it then. This year, it's falling on March the 28th to the 29th. Diolch for listening, foundation phase. I hope you've enjoyed listening to my assembly about Holi. And remember the story of Vishnu and Prahlad.